All right. Hey, everyone. This is going to serve as copywriting part two. In our last video, we went over this document, and I just wanted to go over some examples that we have written in the past. So here is our Taplio campaign. It's one of my favorites that we've put together because I think it just like shows off so well how we can do the problem sniffing and put a good offer in front of people. And so I'll zoom in. Saw one of your recent LinkedIn posts about, and then we used AI to generate like 7 to 8 words of the summary. Seems like the last time you posted was number of days. Days before that, though, if you're trying to build your brand on LinkedIn, have you considered using a scheduling tool? Our scheduling tool can help write your posts and help you monitor social trends that you can riff on as well. Let me know if this would be useful, and I can send over access. And so here, I would consider this a hard call to action, right? And so right off the rip, we have this where this is our problem sniffing. Hey, it seems like you post on LinkedIn often, but you need to be more consistent with it. And then we have our poke the bear question, right? And so poke the bear. If you're trying to build your brand on LinkedIn, have you considered using a scheduling tool? We're not just talking about, LinkedIn generally and how they're growing and what's their overall what's your overall strategy to growing on LinkedIn? No, no, no. To the point. Are you thinking about using a scheduling tool? Our scheduling tool. And so now this is like, we actually have no social proof in this campaign. Maybe we should have added more social proof. I don't know. This is just kind of the way that it is. So let me know if this would be useful and I can send over access. Okay, great. So now here's our follow-up email, which it actually doesn't follow any of the frameworks that I spoke about in the past. What I was going for with this follow-up email is one problem with follow-up emails is that most ways that people send follow-up emails has no real life similarity to the way that you use follow-up emails. When you send follow-up emails, something happened in your life that means that you're actually going to follow up with this person, right? And so that's the human way to do it, right? And so what we're trying to achieve with this one is we are basically saying, hey, like the reason I'm reaching out is because your post came across my screen again and I wanted to reach out. So, hey, I just saw your post about AI generation. It reminded me to follow up and see if you saw this. We'll go over this workflow later to show you how we built this in clay.com. But basically, the secret here is that this LinkedIn post that we're actually regarding is actually their second to last LinkedIn post. And then the number of days is the time between their second post and their third post so that we could do the workflow once and then this email would work. We'll see it. You'll see it in the workflow. But anyway, that's kind of our secret to getting this done. Email 3, first name. I keep seeing your content online, so I made some post ideas considering what your company does and how you promote it. So this is completely new email, new subject line. I'm pretty sure, I forget what we use for a subject line for this, but like a subject line I would use here would be like subject, saw your post. Like actually, that's exactly what I would do. Saw your post. And then here I would put like subject, LinkedIn. Well, what's LinkedIn ideas, right? Keep seeing your content online. So I made some more post ideas considering what your company does. And then we used AI to create post ideas. This is just some examples of what our AI can generate for you, and you haven't even given it your insights yet. Let me know if I could send over some access for you to try it out. We got a person who's actually a cold email agency, a very large agency, to respond to this email. And they even said like this email was really, really good. And I do cold email for a living. So, really take that compliment. Let me know if I could send some access for you to try out. They actually didn't want to take sales calls. That's why we keep talking about access. I guess a little Easter egg here is the way we did this is we had like a Loom video and we would send them the Loom video. And in Loom, you can have that button call to action and that button would go to free access account. So they'd be doing like a 2-minute VSL and then they could sign up for access right there. So then this is our email 4. Honestly, this is a little bit complicated, but it's a little bit different from our breakups because I knew I could do another value email. Just like how Facebook pages killed their organic reach, it can be expected that LinkedIn will do the same one day. I saw your LinkedIn company page had number of followers and you had about number of followers. So we'd be like, LinkedIn company page is 500 followers and you have 5,000 followers. As you're building your following, are you maximizing the platform's organic reach before it gets oversaturated? We've helped these companies. Could I send you access? We also have a LinkedIn resource with 30 niche ideas, blah, blah, blah. So this is a framework of emails that we sent that I think is a really good example. We would get tons of responses every day on these campaigns. This was a really, really high performing campaign. And yeah, one of my favorites here. And so then I'm going to show you a campaign. We have sent this on our behalf and then booked too many meetings. So if you're an agency owner, do it. It works. I was on your site and it looks like you sell to job titles. So we'd say like, it looks like you sell to VPs of sales, chief revenue officers, and sales enablement leaders or something like that. We'd prompt AI to build that. It looked like you're trying to help blah, 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 and like prompt that as well. I had to assume you're using outbound tactics considering, and then we would scrape an SDR on their team. And then we'd say like, considering Mark Wahlberg is an SDR on the team, are you thinking about how you could be leveraging beta data and GPT-4 to do their prospecting? The reason I ask is because they're helping companies automate their cold outreach. Would it be worth a chat to build a custom outbound workflow for you? So see how like we kind of have an offer in here. We kind of have a little bit of a lead magnet about like building this custom workflow, but not really. Really, this whole campaign hinges on this research up here and them being impressed with in my business, my email is my product. So we're doing is just getting like impressive like first lines going for them that hopefully they would find kudos in, and they did. People really like this campaign. As you're helping people AI generation, I'd imagine you're using marketing tactics like the following: creative ideas, great. And so then we would just like literally have AI create outbound marketing campaign ideas. And then we would send it over to them. Have you cracked how to do this persona targeting and data enrichment automatically, or is your team still using tools like SalesNav to do manual research? If so, would it be worth taking some time to show you how we can automate persona and account research for your outbound team, which is what our company does, right? And so another like super, super personalized for email too. So then I named this one Show and Tell. First name, I sent an email a while back with the subject Outbound Edge that probably didn't do a good enough job showing you how we could help your outbound team. Our tool combines over 40 databases. I guess we should say our system. I wrote this for Clay as well. Our system combines over 40 databases into one spreadsheet so that your team can see all the data in front of them instead of manually researching accounts. For example, at your company, it looks like your sales team has grown by percentage in the past 3 months. Your LinkedIn company account has gained this many followers in the past 3 months. And it looks like you have this many like overall salespeople in your company. Besides cute things like this, we also monitor for recent news, open job positions, tech on site, and mention and like keywords mentioned in job descriptions and a lot more. On a call, we could build you a custom workflow. Want to make it happen. So again, just really, really just showing off to them what we can do here. And then last email, I figured you sell to customers like 3 customer types. I went ahead and pulled them off LinkedIn for you using our system. No human wrote this email. And then we literally are putting in like name, their LinkedIn link, and their email in here. And then we also put their job title. I just didn't update the copy. We also put their job title to be like, these are the contacts. Want to see a video of how I did this automatically. So again, we really lowered the barrier of entry for them to respond. And then we, sent these kinds of emails. And so, yeah, that's a campaign that we've worked and we've run with in the past. I actually like, except for this lead magnet here of like, want to see how a video of how we did this automatically. We don't use lead magnets. I'm just really digging into the data and trying to create a really good email for them that they then think like, oh, I want to make emails like this for myself too. And so, yeah, that's those. Now, the Clearbit campaign and the Optivio campaign, I haven't actually written out. So the Clearbit campaign we talked about already. And so basically that campaign is we're basically saying like, hey, you're using Clearbit. Most times when you talk to companies, they're wasting the Clearbit data. Can we build an automated workflow for you to, take advantage of the Clearbit data? There's the whole offer basically right there. With Optivio, it was kind of similar too. And so what we did for them is so they're an intent data platform. And so we pulled a segment that both they wanted to target for outbound, and 2, there was a lot of companies that were looking. So it was like HR systems or something like that. And so we pulled a list of every HR system company. And then we pulled like the top 100 companies that are researching HR technology. And so then we emailed all of these HR companies and we were basically like, look, I was researching your company and it looks like you help HR teams accomplish XYZ. I used our intent data platform, and here are the top 10 companies who are doing the most research around HR technology right now. And then we literally listed them out and we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we basically said like, hey, if you want the list of the 1,000 people, the 1,000 companies, just send me an email back and I'll send you 1,000 more companies that are qualifying for this kind of research. And if you want to see how this sausage is made, let's book a call and I could show you how we know that all of these companies are researching for HR technology right now. And so that was basically the campaign on that one. And so, yeah, those are some just examples of campaigns, the way that I think about campaigns. When we get to the standard playbook section, we're going to go over a lot more of these, but I thought it was really relevant for the copywriting section. My friend Jed Marley, sorry, Jed, Marl, not sure. He also has this content here, which I think is really good, where he's got all of these templates. I'm gonna link it. I thought a lot of these were great because I'm very much focused on like your cold email, like overall framework, and these give frameworks for, the rest of them. And so I really liked his stuff. Um, and yeah, this is the examples. Let's see if we have anything else to go over. Oh yes. So we'll cut off at the examples right here, and then we're going to talk about some mistakes and things like that.